part, it's just a hard click. That's all it is. Like, it might be a little, like, alignment altered, but it's mostly just because of the, it's a physics-based hard click, right? So you know how, like when you click, like, a blue orb stuff on, like, a platform and stuff, it, like, does that, like, sort of jump momentum and stuff? Like, what you're doing is that you're, like, landing on, like, one of those, like, cyclic, like, Sonic Wave Maze platforms or whatever, which is just, like, the one block space, and then you gotta, like, fall out, just, like, you have to go out just far enough so that you can click the blue orb and, like, not jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, there might be a little bit of, like, physics alignment stuff going on there that could make it a little bit easier and a little bit harder, but overall, you're probably not going to notice much of a difference. It's just a hard click.
Where do you think you'll make it to if you pass that?
If I pass it, I'm either going to, like, die shortly after from nerves, or I'm going to get to 65%.
It's 65% like the...
65% is the bug part.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so... Wait, am I streaming? Yeah, I'm streaming, okay.
Ah, dang it. How many attempts do you have on Aftermath V2 now?
I don't know. I'll have to check. I know I have a lot. I should pull up my stream instead of having your stream opened. That'd probably help.
Oh yeah, making a Sakupin levels list. The hardest verified levels that have like Sakupin in their name, or the remakes of levels with Sakupin in their name.
Fucking really, dude? I just remembered that I should probably ask Remy to see if he would forward
Okay, I'm back.
Oh.
Hello.
7 levels means the creator doesn't care.
The Sakupin levels list. Yes.
And an annoying level list.
Sakupin levels are the best levels.
Oh yeah, gotta change seats. Alright, 20,000 here. I'm almost to 50,000.
Okay.
If I'm not already.
Crazy.
Like, I got 20,000 on the verification copy, 24,000, almost 25,000 on the start post copy.
Dang.
So yeah, pretty close. I still need to message Remy to see if he could talk to Electro to see if he'd be willing to have a chat about Aftermath V2 or whatever.
I wish V2 levels like this could still get rated. Fun.
This one's like fucking borderline. This one's just borderline impossible. So I don't know if this one would be a fun level to have rated.
Yeah, I meant kind of more like Bloodbath V2.
I guess. Yeah, I did. I've been playing off stream a lot. I just, like, I haven't done much because I've been having some conflicting sleep schedules, and, like, very recently I was sick, so I haven't had the best interest to, like, stream during those days, so I wanted to wait till I was, like, back to something a bit more normal.
Second Close Star? Oh my god. That sounds like it would be either the best or worst level ever.
It just sounds like you, like, make Sail and Club Star. Like, you put Sail and Club Star and Second Circles together.
Mainly Club Star with the waves, just the Second Circles wave.
I need to warm up again because my hand feels slow. Second Circles. I still can't believe the demon list has decided to make click between frames legal. That's actually insane.
It is interesting.
Yeah. I still wish it would be, like, approved by Rob, but chill as fuck to see it, like...
Has Rob Top Demon that's been verified with CPF yet?
The most he's done is unrate levels that have been verified with it.
Oh, really? He has?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So far, he doesn't approve people using the mod when it comes to verifying levels.
Interesting.
At least,
has he ever unrated a level for, like, back when,
Bypass was the...
FPS bypass?
No. Because, like, most people... Because nobody did it, except for, like, a couple of people with Bloodlust, and then N-Switch just started using it, and then, like... I think just, like, N-Switch and a few other people just started using it, and it was just kind of like, whatever. Let's not make this a whole kerfuffle. Like, and then, like, once it just, like, became, like, I don't remember a time where, like, that was sort of, like, a problem. Like, for the most part, I think the Demon List was more on the forefront of the discussion when it came to making it legal or not.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those times where, like, if the Demon List says it's fine, then just, like, it's, for overall, it's fine. Because not a lot changes based on, like, the Demon List rules, right? Nowadays it does. Nowadays it's very different. Because, like, now you can't verify a level, like, legitimately with CBF according to RobTop, but you can beat a level legitimately with CBF according to the Demon List.
So that's why Trick was saying, like, it's objectively harder to verify a level now?
Yeah. It's been objectively harder to verify a level because you're stuck because of the 240 FPS lock. That's why a lot of people just don't like 2.2.
Yeah.
Still.
I tried playing with CBF and I don't know, I like playing without CBF better.
I didn't feel much of a difference. The only real difference I noticed was that it has that weird bug that, like, the old FPS bypass used to have, where you, like, I don't know if it's a thing in windowed mode, but I did notice that whenever you were on moving objects, like vertical moving objects, even if it was slow moving, like, you would get launched in the air. For some reason. And I don't know why it does that. And I kind of wish it didn't, because that would make it so much nicer. So I hope they're able to fix that.
Yeah. No, Doggy's using Grief. I mean, CBF for Grief. Right.
Hold on.
Alright.
I got 43.
What? Dang.
Shit. Anyway, yeah. Doggy's using CBF for grief.
Because he said, like, he hopes that it's added to the main game before it gets verified.
I don't know much about what he said. I just know that he's using it. Like, for fairly... Like, I don't know what exactly his reasons are, but I probably I probably have a basic idea of why he's using it.
I feel like RobTop is definitely not gonna add it to the main game.
Why? It's like such a no-brainer to add it.
Yeah, I know, but like, I just feel like he wouldn't want to, especially if he's already levels for using it.
Well, it's reasonable to. Well, that's a bit more reasonable because they're using a mod to verify it, right? There's a lot of semantics and specifics that come into play when it comes to very specific scenarios about that sort of thing, and it's only getting more complicated the more stuff like this is happening, right? And if RobTop and like especially and like even the mod team are gonna like start restricting how players play the game, and then just like start acting so uptight about it, then it's just gonna ruin the game. Right?
Yeah.
Like at this point, like if they don't, like I really hope that they just say something at some point, just saying like, or at least like a patch comes out soon that adds it in. Especially since if RobTop doesn't like it, I would kind of think that he might have said something.
Do you think it would be like a toggle thing, like you can toggle it on and off?
That wouldn't be a bad idea, but like...
Because otherwise, like levels like 3 seconds tell, right? That would just be like way harder, right?
Eh. I don't think most people care about stuff like that. But like... just overall, it's totally possible to incorporate it, especially since I'm pretty sure that you could probably find the source code or whatever for the mod on like the GitHub. It's just like, I don't know, like RobTop, like either the next patch just needs to have it, or like in 2.21 has it, or RobTop just needs to say like, click between frames fucking sucks, because it's really annoying when like dealing with this total disconnect sometimes.
Yeah.
Even if, like, I'm not the one, like, directly talking to, like, mods or whatever, or RobTop or whatever, and, like, having to deal with what they have to say, I'm still, like, indirectly affected because of the shit that they do. And so are so many other players. Like that's why we're all stuck on playing on 240, just because RobTop or whoever just doesn't like 360. Never crossed their mind that that was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Like, ever once was that... I still don't know how they thought that was a good idea. Like back then it was, like, fair to say, like, okay, we could probably get used to this, but no. No, you just can't. Honestly, I'm gonna say this, I was never really a fan of limiting the FPS anyway. I wasn't even a fan of when Demonless, like, maxed the, like, limited the FPS to only 360, right? Because that kind of limits the potential of what you could do in the game if you were to, like, go for something really hard, right? That might require something more akin to, like, 480, you know?
Doesn't the game, like, start breaking once you get, like, really high FPS, though?
Yeah, and that's totally fine. Like, I guess, maybe? I don't know. Like, if it starts getting, like, really, really high, then yeah, but, like... Overall, I don't think much is gonna change if I, like, I don't know, fucking play the Golden on 480, right? It's just more frames. And even then, like... As long as the level is more fine-tuned for those higher frame rates and stuff, then it's probably not gonna matter as much. So I just think, like... With those kinds of levels that, like, at the really high levels, if we ever get to that point, we might start needing to increase that FPS. That refresh rate, the physics, right? But if we just limit ourselves, it could lead to issues.
Do you think setting, like, the max to, like, 1,000 would be fine?
For 1,000, probably. Like, as it stands right now, we could probably just set it to, like, 360 or 480, and that would be good enough. But at some point, we would have to increase it. Like, periodically, I think. For, like, to maximize our potential. Like, once we feel that we've reached a certain point where we need more frames, that's when it gets increased. You know?
Yeah.
Obviously, we take a lot of
Do you
work.
think we're gonna actually get to the point where, like, a level like Sailing Club Star could actually get beaten?
That depends. Sailing Club Star is one of those levels that's, like, really weird. Like, Sailing Club Star is, like, bordering on, like, humanly impossible. It's so barely possible.
Yeah.
Like, the more you play it, honestly, the more I honestly believe that it might actually be possible.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I wish the first shift wasn't as insane as it is.
Just, like, yeah. I think... But yeah, honestly, I think there's a lot of potential that's just, like, hidden under under this community that just is being undermined. And it's not just with, like, levels of, like, Sailing Club Star, right? Like, we could go, like, if we can beat Sailing Club Star, we could probably go further.
Do you think there's, like, a limit, though?
For the game, physically, yeah, but for us, at some point there might not be. Right? That's the way I see it, is that, like, there's definitely like an actual physical human limit between, like, what a human can and cannot do physically, but I definitely think that we are much further from that limit than we actually think we are. Like, I would say it's much further out than any of us actually think it is.
Probably.
Like, I don't think anybody's gonna actually be able to go out of their way to beat any of the top levels on the ILL, because it takes an insurmountable amount of precision, and like multiple, and like an input like a SEO device to do like triple or even quad clicks on like 2 players, right?
Quad makes sense, just insane.
Yeah, so stuff like that, like that's a bit above the human limit, at least as I currently see it. But when it comes to but I definitely think stuff beyond that, like Coma by M. Vinci, you know, there's stuff around there. There's stuff around there that I totally see one day being possible.
Like Rumble Flood Shadow, but I don't know. But yeah, I know like the time it takes to actually verify top 1 level has been getting longer.
One needs to be crazy enough to surpass the limit even after SC start. Yeah, true. Obviously, there's also that like dichotomy of like people who just want to enjoy the game and people who want to like genuinely test the limits of this game and what a human is capable of. And that's totally fine. It's totally respectable. However, for those people that really just want to get good at this game or really see how far they can go in this game, right? Stuff like limiting the FPS is just gonna do more harm than good.
Wait, why did we limit the FPS in the first place?
I don't know. I think it was somebody in the higher ups was just like they didn't like somebody up there didn't like 360, didn't like us using 360, and so we were just like they did like 240, just not 360. Is that a Notori in my chat? I don't know. Dude who's trying to beat 6 Pads of Pain. Oh yeah, no, 6 Pads of Pain. I don't know. Like back then, even now, I really wish I could like support. Like I still want to support him on that endeavor and like say that he could totally do it. However, definitely in hindsight, again, it's one of those things where it's going to require so much precision. It's going to require a lot of precision and a lot of fast, just a lot of fast-paced movements. That I'm not sure if a current human is physically capable of doing at the moment.
Is this old 6 Paths of Pain or like the new one?
The new one.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm mainly talking about like the swing cube duel at the end. Everything else looks, for the most part, fine. Not great by any means. Like, but specifically that duel at the end. I'm not sure, man. That's what gets me. So unless he can genuinely prove that someone can do that, I'm not so sure. But more power to him. I support him. Could Rob revert the FPS change in 2.21 or 2.3? I don't think he'll ever end up changing like certain things about the physics ever again, because he just doesn't have the source code for 2.1. However, I'm pretty sure that he has the power to like take the time to just fine tune 360 whenever the fuck he wants. he just didn't want to. Right? It would have taken time, sure, but he's a fucking game dev. Like, he out of anybody else knows how the game works and is probably able to make it work better than anybody else could. Heard someone in ILO saying that assuming is the limit of human possibility in like 1 to 2 years ago. Like, Sloom is probably the limit for 240 players. Like, we wouldn't be able to do it right now, but if we were to continue to limit ourselves to 240 or whatever, or 360, Sloom would probably end up being somewhere near that limit.
I don't remember what Sloom is.
Sloom is just like a random-ass level that uses background track, and like every input is a 240 frame perfect.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. So, sure, but at the same time, I mean, I'm not so sure. I'd say there's, again, if we were to allow ourselves to go higher, we could. I think we could. I think I currently think that the hardest humanly possible level is Coma, or yeah, Coma by MVinci.
Is that on the
It's on the SLL, not the ILL, because it's just 5 minutes. It's just a 5 minutes silent club maze.
You cut out. I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Hold on. Coma isn't on the ILL, it's on the SLL and now the PPLL, because it's just a 5 minute silent club maze.
Oh.
And like every single input, it's like a 2,000 or 4,000 frame perfect.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I think CBS is not a cheat for playing, but it's not counted for physical possibility for any lists. Yeah. Yeah, I honestly, I think I agree with Alistair's sentiment. It's not cheating, and I would definitely not discount or anything, especially for stuff like verification and stuff. But when using it to account for where something stands in terms of physical possibility, click between frames kind of muddies everything. I think everyone just wants CBF to be added, because if we can't have 360, we need something. Yeah, we can. Well, anybody could jump over a quad spike, but unless we're talking like an unnerfed quad spike, like I don't. Like, that one was kind of obvious that you could do that. Like, any frame perfect that's, like, not aligned to another FPS, you can now do on that FPS. That's kind of how it works. That's kind of how I see how good CBF is. Is that if, like, you could do, like, a 240 FPS frame perfect now on 60. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that, like, I guess I don't know what that means necessarily in terms of it being physically possible. Whatever.
I was concerned about like
no squeeze, no
the 52 FPS frame perfect.
Oh, so like you can
being like harder with CBF.
So click between frames actually now allows you to jump between an unnerved quad spike on 1x speed. Like I knew the other status was like 1x speed and stuff, but for the longest time, even now, I wouldn't ever think that it would be physically possible to do, because I don't think there was ever a time where you could see someone physically align it. But if it's possible, that's crazy.
Like,
that would technically mean a lot for just stupid bullshit.
With big spikes?
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
We have to click in between physics clicks.
I don't know how SSB works with CBF though, haven't tried it. Oh, technically scroll speed bug, but yeah? Okay, if we're talking about scroll speed bug, that's a different case.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing someone do the force spike on 1x with that.
Yeah, scroll speed bug's a much different scenario. It's a very different case. Like that's fair enough, yeah. But like in terms of like the scroll speed bug, it's like I was thinking something different. You know, I kind of wish that you would see more top players just try to go to see how far they can push the limits of the game, because you don't see that a lot. They're very set in just like going very like incrementally, which is again fine. If they want to enjoy the game, they can enjoy the game, right? That's how they enjoy the game. I just think that there's a lot of potential that we're just not seeing right now.
I haven't seen like a top player really go for a higher up impossible level.
Are you fucking kidding me? I got 44.
Dang.
I mean, 2.2 had 144 FPS, 2.1 FPS bypass, 2.2 had CBF. What's for 2.3? Like, the last person to do that was technically Zoink. Like, he really just, like, went out of his way to push the limits of the game, and I wish more people would do that. Or at least, like, we had more people that would go out of their way to do that. More people are just more focused on beating the demons of the game, and when they, like, get to that point where they're beating the hardest demons in the game, they just verify some more ones that are around the same difficulty threshold. Like, we could, like, at any point now, somebody could verify, like, Ashley Wave Trials or Old Blade of Justice if they really put their mind to it. Would it take a while? Absolutely. It would take a while, and it would be a brutal grind. But levels like those could totally be done at this point. It's just that nobody wants to do them. And then anybody who wants to do them right now is not good enough at the game to. Like, the closest anybody is to doing it is Mentrum, and bro's focused on other things, and, like, is still, like, pretty far off. Maybe even, like, Orochi could go as far as that. Orochi could totally be done right now. Like the old Orochi. Or, like unnerfed Woodkid. Like,
Yeah.
like, that's, like, as it currently stands right now, like, we could probably go that far. It'd probably take a little bit longer to get to places like Sailor Substar, but as it currently stands right now, our skill cap is probably much higher than we think it is. We just don't want to bother going any further. Yeah, minus waves could technically be beaten. It would just take a really long time. Silent Circles is a really specific case, and I'm still not entirely sure on it. Minus Club, I'm not so sure either, but I can see it. Main thing that gets me is like minus waves, right? Because their minus waves are a bit simpler, but I'm not sure if they're like simple enough for people to understand as of right now. But somebody could totally pick that up at some point and probably beat it. I doubt they were legit, but I doubt they were legit. Yeah, no, somebody could probably do that. Somebody could probably do, like, Minus Club. It would just take a while.
I could not see anyone doing minus club.
I could see it. It would be really hard though. Again, probably not in our lifetime by any means, but somebody could probably do it. As for silent circles, the main thing that gets me is that with the spam, there's very little leeway for, like, clicking in between the spikes. And so, like, you're either having to go, like, when it comes to the spam, you're either clicking in between the spikes, or you're spamming. And both are not great. Like, you'd probably have better luck with spamming, but even then, good luck controlling it at the speed that you have to spam. And then, for going in between the spikes, the consistency at which you have to spam, the speed at which you're spamming still, and how consistently you have to fit in between those spikes, it's a lot. Sure, maybe someday, I just, like, it's one of those things where it's, like, the precision required for it is a lot. It's more so just the spam bit. That's what gets me, because as it stands right now, the overall, like, when it comes to the limit at which people spam, it varies. It's possible to get better, but some people just are physically going to be unable to spam faster than others. Say arc could be lowered below silent circles, in my opinion. Oh, unnerfed Tartarus. Maybe? The thing about those is maybe the really tight strafe light. Like, those are some, like, that's really, really tight, so... Like, maybe, but I don't know. There's a lot of sketch to it. Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen stuff from the ILO specifically, so I'm not super... on like top of the ILL. I mostly just check it for records and certain stuff for like recommended versions of levels when I want to play something. So I haven't been keeping up much lately on the hardest levels on the ILL. Especially since, like, for the most part it kind of stays the same up at the top. What does it have that's harder than SC? For the most part, there isn't a lot out there that I could see being potentially humanly possible. Mostly just because the precision required, the click speeds required at those at that level of precision, and the fact that a lot of that stuff is two-player. It's a lot. So I don't know. But there's at least a couple things. Like, again, there's Coma, and maybe Ono second? Is Ono second higher? Silent Club Star? I don't remember. Maybe not. But I definitely know Coma was, and Coma is still fairly high up in reference to stuff on the ILL. Oh. Are minus waves in Arc that harder than minus clubs, or the mini wave? It's the minus wave. It's like the minus waves, I'm pretty sure have more going on in them compared to stuff like minus club. And and again, we have to, and then there's also still like the really, really tight straight flies that are like tighter than a block gap. Right? Like those specifically might be the things that trip people up more than the minus waves. Maybe. Like, the minus was already hard enough as is, but then you also have, like, stuff like that. Fuck. Then again, I guess maybe at that difficulty, we'd probably already be able to handle stuff like that. I don't know. If you can do, like, the minus waves.
Oh, no, 3 chunks. Getting 28 deaths on sound recovery.
The mini-wave is, I'm pretty sure the mini-wave is just is probably about the same, it's just got more random bullshit in it. Somebody could probably do that. Also, it may or may not be 2-player, I don't remember. Second is easier than SC Star, but harder than Crimson World. Yeah. So, like, I wasn't sure about Ono second, but I do believe I remember Coma being harder, where it's supposed to be. Like, it's not necessarily harder than like some of the hardest stuff on the ILO, but it's on the SLL somewhere, I think. Like auto different or something. Looks like a top 10 or top 20 level, I guess. It's like, how does this look? Like a top 10 or top 20? I don't get it. I just don't see it. Like the first 28%, sure, I guess. It's hard as fuck. This is like some of the hardest gameplay in the level. But like once you pass like 30%, it starts to lighten up like a lot. Either I'm just really good at the game, or I don't get it. I don't know. Then again, I fucking beat Soundwave Destroyer in like 1,000 attempts or less. Oh my god, Playing time is harder than Coma. Still a maze level with 4K FPS. Harder than Rampant Circles on SLL. Isn't playing time though, like, got some stuff that might not be humanly possible to it? Like the overall base gameplay. Or is it just, because I'm pretty sure, because that's why it's just a 4K frame per. Let me check that again, because I know I've seen it, but I mostly just call out Coma because I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I've seen it, but I talk about Coma more because I'm pretty sure playing time has some shit in it that's just not doable. Playing time GD. Oh, it's loading. Awesome. Oh, no, it's just a maze. And it's really short. Okay. Yeah, okay. I guess plank time then would be the human limit. At least as it currently stands right now. Like, the theoretical human limit. Like, if someone were to go for the hardest level they possibly could, the hardest level that's currently available to them is probably playing time. Yeah, and that's why I say it's probably the hardest level a human could probably do, is because it's the hardest level under the 15 CPS limit. Like, it's under 15 CPS because again, it's just a struggle in general for humans to get to that sort of speed, with that high precision. So like, just that sort of consistency and something like playing time definitely makes it seem would definitely make it much more feasible.
Yo, good job, Bob. 21 tests.
If you exclude timer levels on PPLL, nah, I'm not gonna consider those. Fucking, like, you could consider those, but anyway, like, timer levels in general, like, those are mostly, like, just hard in general, but, like, you'd have to just make something specific for a timer level. It's just, yeah. I miss HLL or whatever. Like, if there was like that could technically be considered the hardest level a human could beat, but like if it was like shortened to be about the length of someone's lifespan, or like the length of like a few days or something, but like, just no. I definitely do think, like, I think overall just like, we could definitely go long. Like, at some point, length would also help a lot in terms of just making things harder, but like, timer levels likely won't be needed for any time soon in terms of making levels that are the hardest physically possible things for a human to beat.
I think you could beat Sandra.
What do you think the final top one will be? Never.
Maybe.
There will never be a final top one unless this fucking game dies. Which I don't know if that'll happen. As it currently stands right now, games like this, I don't know. With every, like, competitive sort of scene for gaming, like speedrunning or whatnot, like, there's gonna oftentimes be people to follow up, right? There's gonna be a future generation of players to follow up the past, and help keep that game alive in some way, shape, or form. As long as the game doesn't fucking suck and is not, and is like at least welcoming the new players, which thankfully this game is good at doing. But like, overall, I don't see it going super far. Like, I don't see it, I don't see a final top one anytime soon. Like, Eternus might be, like, the next one where, like, once it's verified, we'll be stuck on that for a while. Like we were with Tartarus. But, you know, I just don't see it. Mostly focused on lower refresh rate game on list. I don't know what the hardest gaming could be beaten on 60 Hz, but we'll see. Like, currently any of the levels right now could probably be beaten on 60, but it would take an obscene amount of dedication. Honestly, right now, I think the limit of what we could currently do right now might be around, like, Zodiac or Bloodlust. Could people beat, like, some of the harder stuff, like Tartarus and all that, and, like, even higher? Absolutely, probably. But, like, right now, you could probably beat, like, somebody could probably do it. Like, beat Bloodlust or Zodiac. Just nobody wants to. No one's bothered to try. Like, the closest anybody's got to that is, like, playing on mobile. And that was on 120. I think Bloodlust will fall off. I don't know, about it's already in the top 100, so... give it a year. I say a year, mostly because RobTop has taken... Like, again, due to 2.2, no one really wants to, like, add more crap to the list. No one wants to verify anything else. People just want to play the levels that are currently on there, and then, like, that's pretty much it. Like, maybe verify some stuff, and then, like, it not get rated, because it's just some random impossible level, but, like, nobody wants to play the game in 2.2 right now. At, like, a high level. No one. Except for, like, very specific people, like Technical, I guess the past, Vortrox, and, like, Tato X3. You know what? Respect to them for tolerating the game at 240, dude. But just, like... We're, like, tolerating the like, 2.2 at that high of a skill. Like Tech is going for Slaughterhouse right now on 240, and I'm not sure, I don't know if he's using CBF now, since it's legal now, but I do know that, like, he's been practicing it beforehand, and some people are still practicing other levels. Like Sulky is still working on some stuff before he plans on switching to CBF, so, like, respect to them for tolerating the game at its worst. Right? You know, I've done the same thing too. I beat Bloodlust on 2.2, but, like, I don't know, it's just, like, it takes, I don't know, I think it takes quite a bit of tolerance to just deal with that shit. And I at this point totally understand and respect people who just don't want to fucking bother anymore until, like, they're given a fucking bone with either CBF or 360. Hi, Wessel. Should I use CBF for unnerfed innards? Are you planning to play the unnerfed one or the true unnerfed?
Ah, dang it.
Are you doing that ship consistently? What are you talking about? The ship part isn't, like, the first ship part isn't that hard. Truer innards is physically impossible. Okay, so we're talking about the one that, Eandus verified, then. Yeah, that's on the UDL. The 45 click is impossible now. Okay, yeah, then if the UDL allows you to use it, then use it, I would say. Use whatever advantages you can use, I would say. It's totally fair and respectable if you use it, in my opinion. Because that's just how top players work for anything. Like, if they see something they can take advantage of to make the game more consistent or easier, they're gonna take advantage of it. Right? Truer innards might be as hard as Acheron. Might just have to play it in 2.1. If you can get the, like, the way I would say, if you're gonna go for that version, the truer unnerfed, because I think it is still possible in 2.1. So just play it in 2.1, and then make a bug fixed version or whatever, for 2.2. That's how I see it.
I'm gonna leave PC.
Okay.
See you.
Later. Want to make Viscera as the innate spiritual successor with the extension and all. If we're talking like, I don't know what Viscera is gonna end up being, whatever, but yeah. Like if you're gonna be playing unnerfed innards, see if you can play it in 2.1 first, because there's like, even if you can't get like a copy of like a separate copy of GD 2.1 to access the original servers, you could get the 2.1 private server or whatever, get that set up, and then just and then like get a copy of that version of unnerfed innards from like GD history or something, and then port it onto the 2.1 private server. Also, first click on the and as true innards is also physically impossible. I have to use fixing innards bug fix if I ever get to, because I feel it's cheating. That's again, that's something you just can't help. It was just kind of how it ended up being. I'm pretty sure other stuff is likely going to end up breaking as well. Because they're all emulating 60 like physics for the most part, with some alterations to how it overall works. So it makes sense, I guess. But just like like if you want to beat it in 2.2, that's fine. You can, again, if you want, like, if you feel like you should be playing it in 2.1 or something to get a more authentic experience, like, you can do that. No one's gonna bash you for it, except for purists. But purists don't know, like, don't exactly know what we're don't know the efforts that we go through and stuff, and the shit that we need to go through it, and are just kind of just like being annoying. And plus, I don't think a bunch of purists are gonna bother you over playing innards in 2.1. What do you mean 2.206 graphics? It looks like the exact same. make this a top 100 or not. That's up to you, dude. It was like a VHS tape with the glitchy shit. I don't even know what you're talking about. If your game is having like a if you're like either it's a texture pack thing or it's like I don't know. So it should be working. I don't know what's wrong with your game. Like what do you mean it's running like a VHS tape with glitchy shit? I feel like it doesn't need to be said, but like, don't use texture packs. Okay. Were there any mods? Were there any mod loaders or anything installed? It's like grainy, and I can't see the lines going up. I can see the lines going up. Does your PC just suck at playing 64-bit applications? Like, no offense, but I've never heard of this. Also, I love that I died there. I should have shut up. Image of what a VHS tapes like, and that image that over is VD. No, not that I know of. So, again, I don't know what that's... Because that physically makes no sense unless you were using a CRT. Because a lot of those effects don't necessarily... Because there are certain effects that come from a VHS tape, but a lot of those other effects also come from a CRT. Playing on endless 1.9 Gbps. Some 2.1 shit on 8 Gbps. Okay, well, I don't know what to say. I'm fairly certain that you probably already did this, but there's always the suggestion of verifying the integrity of your game files and reinstalling the game. Is that the greatest thing to do? But, like, not exactly, but, like, at the very least, your save should still be fine. Like, just back up your save data locally, and then just, like, uninstall the game if you have to. Did that already? Did you try the reinstalling thing I was talking about? And there's also the... No change, unfortunately. There's also the, What about messing with the graphics settings? Like, there's, like, playing borderless, there's, like, playing in windowed mode. Like, I doubt you'd want to play in windowed, but if, you have to play in windowed, like windowed full screen or whatever, that like, for it to look right, like, that might just be what you have to do. And then obviously if you have Mega Hack, you could probably check out some of the options that might also have, because it also has like a classic borderless or whatever. Still trying to beat Madhouse. I don't know what that's. Level's horrible. That sucks. Been mostly ignoring the graphics. Like, do you have a lower end PC or something? Because I don't know what's going on. I can't explain it. I have another shit to get annoyed over. Okay. Not a graphics card you'd shoot because it only happens with GD. Or 2.206 GD. Well, yeah. Well, it's obviously not a graphics card issue because GD is a mostly like CPU-based game. It mostly focuses. Most of its stuff relates to the CPU. I think, like, if it were a graphics card issue or something, I would say that it would, like, I would expect something more like the FPS that might be the problem, right? Like, that's something I'm experiencing right now, maybe. And the closest thing I could possibly think could be the issue is that it might be the graphics card. Is because, like, sometimes it struggles, like, reaching those higher frame rates consistently. Sometimes it'll do it, sometimes it won't. It's kind of all over the place, but so far it's working fine for right now, but that doesn't sound like a GPU thing. Every other game, do you have any games that you know, or like applications that you know are 64-bit? Because that might also help to figure that out. I don't know. And again, like messing with the settings, like the graphic settings, maybe on GD might also help. Or the compatibility settings. Set frame rate to 240 for me. Well, that's, yeah, again, that's different. Like, you're probably able to run that just fine. Tower of Random is the hardest level under 15 CPS, and it's harder than I Miss HLL. But it's on theoretically possible levels list. Uh-huh! Really? I wonder why it's on the theoretically possible levels list. And not the physically possible levels list. That's quite interesting. I wonder why that is. Yeah, because it requires that kind of... Yeah. Yeah, that's... Yeah. You basically explained it to me. Thank you. So... If we ever get to that theoretic... If somehow, by some way, someone were to make a version of the game that could do that, then sure. Sure, yeah. Maybe. But it would require a miracle and a half, but fucking sure. Right? But fucking I could see the writing on the wall that was never gonna happen the moment you said TPLL. I love the TPLL so much, it's so funny. Those guys got some fucking bonker ass levels. Oh, have to click past the human limit. Ah. Still though, love the TPLL. They're such funny fellows. I wonder if the hardest level has changed any as of late for the TPLL. I should check. It's been a while since I've seen it. Hey, what's going on there? No, I think it's the same thing that I've seen last time, though it died. Yeah, no, it's transferred to Void still. There does seem to be this new one called Underworld. Ooh. Yeah, I liked Transfinite Void. It's a bit short, but it's cool. I like it. Honestly, I don't think there will ever be a level as infamous as fucking Pumpkin Never Clear. Because that felt... Because not only, like, for me personally, did that feel like an end of the world type shit, but it was also just, like, so bizarre.
I have many
Hardest under... We include the top one TPLL click counter into a timer, but then yeah, okay. If you want to see it, then just go look up the kidding, or if you want to go see it, you can just look up the theoretically possible levels list. I just realized this level is like a full-length level. That's actually crazy. That's actually so cool. They made a full-length TPLL level. It's still layout, but it's full length. Oh, Yan Hasao challenge. Oh, that's 2.2 as fuck, isn't it? I'm gonna finish the forward to click that many times. Oh, it's only about it's only about 2 minutes. Okay. And then it's got corn credits. Bruh. Bruh. That's so funny. Crazy. Oh, I love that how the underworld also kind of looks like it might be possible, but then every so often it does like some random bullshit that's like super mega impossible. Oh, someone's making apparently an upcoming top 1 ILL 8 months ago. That was certainly an unhoused out challenge. Anyway, back to Idfk V2. It was a nice distraction. We're a timer with the largest computable number. Well, there are many upcoming top 1s. Like, I know there are many upcoming, like, demon top 1s, but how many... I'm not sure about, like, many, upcoming, like, impossible top 1s or something. Like, are many on... Like, are there a bunch on their way right now or something? Because, like, I haven't seen much. It's mostly been pretty static since, tax evasion. At least last time I checked. Even though they're already top 1s, but ILL is biased. Making an ILL top 1 might be harder than making a normal top 1 and getting it there. Like Formosa, Domba, Tax Evasion, Psych Thing are so close to one another. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they're all really close to each other. Like, I wish there was something, like, big. Like, there was a big thing that, like, kind of, like, it'd be a huge, progression in that sort of impossible level of difficulty. Still haven't read messages? What do you mean, like, haven't read messages? Are you talking about, like, in GD? Like, what in the fuck do you mean? Like, are you pinging me on Discord? I'm seeing ping somewhere. Oh, that was from something else. Somebody beat, Belloc. The messages above? I have been reading them. You know, I've been reading them. It's just been like a long time between them. Dex said that Domba is not above Psych because ILL doesn't want an effortless top one to be displayed. That's it, really? Doesn't Domba have a lot of effort in it, though? Like, for the gameplay part, sure, it's a bit effortless. Because you're just, like, you just created a random-ass macro, and then, like, made gameplay to it. But the effort around it was pretty high. Was still pretty high, I would think. Although it's made, I think, isn't it made by that one bitch? Macro buff equals effortless. Into your hacking, there's no way your ship goes that straight. Perchance. Yeah, I don't see a problem with like buffing a bunch of shit, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, if it's harder, it's harder. If you don't approve of it, for something regarding how it was made, then don't add it to the list. Because if it's harder, it's harder. If it's not, it's not. You can't just you can't just add it to a list and then not put it above and then put it lower on the list just because it's like you don't like it. That's not what a list does. That's not what you're supposed to do. Would be top 10 if the demon list had that logic. Yeah. Like, that just, I don't know. I don't approve of that. You either don't have it on the list at all, or you put it where it's supposed to be. Deck's opinion? Well, piss off, Deck. Although I don't really think it matters. Although I'm pretty sure it still doesn't really matter much anymore. Because I'm pretty... No, okay. No, I'm thinking somebody else. Like, if they just don't like it, then they're allowed to not like it, but just... They can't just fucking do that. It's fucking dumb. What message? Kiyuki is just a hallucination, but not a 9 circles level. Need to learn cartoony style. I don't know. I still think Kyuki's overrated. It's the kind of just the hipster. I wouldn't even call it the hipster level. It's just the level that everybody else plays because it's not Slaughterhouse. It's the only reason. It's kind of the only reason I see people play it. Is because it's a top 10 level that isn't Slaughterhouse. I don't know. I just don't care for it. The ending tuners used to be yellow. I don't know. Oh yeah, I beat Mike Tyson in Punch-Out. Just a totally random thing, but I have footage of me beating Mike Tyson in Punch-Out, the NES one. I have a video for that at some point that'll probably go public at some point. Still waiting for the, yeah, no, I don't want to read all this. Should I set my practice music to since 1.90 FPS? And then doesn't have practice music hack? I don't know. I don't know, just have it be the standard practice music? Standard practice, the original practice music's good. Maybe Peace and Tranquility from A Hat in Time. Either one of those two. Those shit were fine. Minecraft OST would be fire as fuck. Would be too chill. Oh, Minecrafted is playing Tidal Wave with CBF. So, yeah. Bro's going crazy. I have to wonder which is better. 240 CBF or 360 on 2.1? Like, just objectively. Like, which would be better to play on. Like, there's no, like, sort of glitches or anything going on in the game, and it's a level that doesn't have any particular bugs on either version of the game. It's just 240 CBF or 360 FPS on 2.1. Like, what would be better? Need to finish Polar Kingdom. I have till December. Should I make an arc-based level? I don't know. Should you? Thinking about it a lot. Sanity's end screen, but it's an entire level. Again, I don't know. That's up to you. Aftermath V2 is weird. I don't know what to describe it. It's not necessarily... It would be beginning carried if it was bug fixed, but it's much different with when you have to take into 65% into account. That's why I literally don't give a fuck when you post those really stupid memes about Aftermath V2 12% to scare me. When that does nothing. That does literally nothing. I'm already used to it. Like, I pass it like 50% of the time, and I don't really care. Right? I got good as I'm probably gonna get with it for right now. I'm not really worried about this wave part. It's the stupid 65%, and yet to this day, you still post Aftermath V2 12% memes. And, I don't know. I can't tell anymore if you're just doing it to fuck with me, or if you're just like, or if you still think that, like, if you still think that the meme applies. Like, if anything, you're confusing me more than scaring me. Possibly even pissing me off. It's funny. I guess it's funny, but at the same time, it's not true. I don't know, I don't get the joke. Does it really have to be true? Okay. Okay, man. Whatever you say. I wish I could use 360 so badly. It would help so much. But I can't, because it's just like, it's physically impossible on 360. Wish I could use I could use 2.2, because I could have also like guaranteed 240, and I possibly could have even used CBF or physics bypass. But no. Post to scare kidney worm isn't really true anymore either, because I got consistent as hell at 63% weight, but it's still funny. Yeah, but that, like, you were sucking at that. I was like, I got over 12% fast. Like, you're making it a bigger deal than I ever did. That's the thing. Like, I think the only thing that I've ever talked about in terms of 12% that's actually bothered me is the fact that the transition fucks up the RNG, like, so badly. Which is fair, because the RNG manipulation gets totally ruined when you take that transition into account, but I'm still trying to work out new strategies and stuff like that to help alleviate the pain of RNG manip. Transition sucks. Like, I guess it does, but like, I'm already used to it. I'm having to relearn it a little bit, and I'm probably gonna need to do some more relearning after a while if the RNG continues to be a bitch, but, you know, I'm still fine. That transition is not my Achilles heel, and it never was. Maybe on like the first stream it was, because like even then I don't even think I ever got to the ballpark. Or like I did once, but like that was back then. Where I was lucky enough to like get far in the wave at all. But even then, I was just kind of chilling. I was chilling and grilling. And I knew, like, it would just take a little while. Son of a bitch. 58 is currently my new headache because I can't, because it's just a random bullshit timing that I should have passed ages ago, but I keep on dying to it. Like, I get it's world record, but that's not the part that's supposed to be tripping me up. At least I would think so. It's just a random timing. A hard timing, sure, but not the choke point I should be worried about. And yet for some reason, it's the thing that's... It's killed me 5 times now. Like, from 0, before I could get past it. Looks better than Aftermath, if I'm being honest. It kinda does. Gameplay is far worse? Well, that's obvious. Honestly, they look about the fucking same in my, to me. I'm too... left. Honestly, though, at the very least, the beginning is a little bit more fun than Aftermath. Aftermath V2 is, like, Aftermath is, this level is still super boring, and, like, Aftermath is, but Aftermath feels almost doubly boring. Because the pre-drop's ass. It should have just been Bloodbath G-Boy, honestly. If it was Bloodbath G-Boy, like, we would have all been saved. Like, Aftermath would have been good if the pre-drop was G-Boy from Bloodbath. What are your thoughts on Congregation's gameplay? It's fine. It's still super boring from 0, at least for right now, but it's fine. I enjoy it. Though I can definitely see why people hate it. Also, it's like free as fuck. Fuck. Congregation can be fun, but like at the same time, if you don't enjoy the pre-drop, then you're not gonna enjoy the level. Because there's a lot of pre-drop. That's how I see it. It's a very acquired taste. Starting to get kind of bored, honestly. I'm tired. Might stop playing the level a little bit. I'm not sure what to do. I've expelled so much energy in like the past couple of hours. Oh man, okay. I haven't done the ending at all. Like I did 44 to 95, and then like I haven't done the ending at all. So let me do the ending. Just for me to, for some reason, it's just not going. I swear, I'm gonna die at the end like that. GD Collins IP leaker 4000 was actually able to work in normal GD. The roller coaster would be more dangerous. Unfortunately, I couldn't really get super far today. Can't really call it a de-rusting day because I literally got 58 yesterday, like last night. So, I'm not super rusty by any means. I just like, I didn't get anywhere. But like, I don't know, I just can't right now. At least I got the Summoning Salt music to keep me going. Fuck. That wave part is so ass. If you ever want to know what my least favorite part is, it's the last wave. The last wave is such hot garbage. And that says a lot, because 65% exists. Satisfying when you finally do it, but god damn, it's so annoying when you're not doing it. Go to prepare for 80 million memes aimed straight at your exact location. Sure, buddy. I don't know if I want to continue playing the level right now, if I want to just, like, end stream or do something else. I'm just, like, I'm not in the mood to play it. I'm just not. More shitty old impossible levels. would take work. That would take a lot of work learning and shit. I don't want to do that either. Like, I think I might just be done for today. At least for right now. Do you know how much work it is to just beat something hard? Like, even then, that, like, whatever wheel of turbine you're talking about, like the one I made earlier or whatever, like, even then, like, whatever's left on there, it probably wouldn't be that fun to do. Yeah. You're YouTube, you can do anything. No, I can't. Not yet, at least. Also, I'm, like, kind of tired, so, like, blah. It would be so silly. You're annoyed? No. I don't want to fucking touch that with the 10-foot pole. I know what I did to it. You and I both know what we did. You know the monster we created. Silence is not a top 1 SLL level, I think. I think that was still back on track. It was, yeah. And then it was merged with the physically possible levels list. I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. Tweak your non-spammy part a bit. How so? How'd you change it? I haven't seen it since I gave it back to you. Decorated the wave. Do you care if I see it? Sure, once I get to the spam part. Okay. not really sure what to do now. So I don't really want to play the game anymore. I'm getting kind of bored. Like, I might just end stream. I could, like, maybe do, like, a speedrun if I really wanted to. Club Step Monsters from the UFO because I already have that in mind for a different part. Okay, but okay. I don't know. Like, do I just, like, play, like, a random gauntlet or something? And, like, I could play, like, a random gauntlet in GD. I could do, another Mario 64 speedrun, but it would be a bit different, I guess. Da-da-da. Alright. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and stream. I'm bored. Like, gotta go do something else anyway. I think I'll just go ahead and stream. It's a good time, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm kind of bored. Don't really feel like playing the game right now. See y'all sometime. I don't know. We'll see what happens.